Neil, can you take us through your injuries first of all? How's everybody looking?
Not great. Craig Davis is struggling after picking up a hamstring strain at Sheffield Wednesday. Lee Chung Young had a scan this week. There's a very, very small hairline fracture, but we're hoping he'll be fit in a week to 10 days. He'll not be ready for Liverpool. We're hoping Zach Clough will be fit for the weekend, so that'll give us a little bit of extra creative spark that we're just lacking at the minute. Apart from that, we're okay from last weekend. But I say apart from that, they're two very important players, they're missing at the minute.
And the mood in the camp, because it's a tasty old game, isn't it?
The mood in the camp's very good. I think it was important that we won against Sheffield Wednesday last week. Keep a bit of momentum going that we've built in the league. And now we've got this great game to look forward to. There's it's like a free week for the players, They can look forward to it. They can relish the challenge that lies ahead, and not just the players, the whole club can get a taste of being back in the big time again, which is fantastic.
Liverpool look like they're coming to a little bit of form, which perhaps disappoints you a little bit.
Yeah, I was at the game on Tuesday and I thought they were exceptional against the best team in the country. I thought the football, the pace they played at, the character they showed, the quality they showed, it was there for all to see against a top side. So we know we're going to have to be at our very, very best to negate that.
So when you watch that sort of performance, sleepless night?
Well, you're trying to work out how we're going to best, not just cope with them, but how we're going to try and create chances against them as well. Because I don't think you can go to teams like Liverpool and just sit in all afternoon, because if they do break you down, then you have to have a idea of trying to get back into the game. So we're not just going to go there and sit back and admire Liverpool on the ball. We're going to compete, and we're going to try and cause them problems as well.
In terms of going out there and coping with the atmosphere, is that where your big name experienced players come in? Yeah,
but I don't think it'll faze the players at all. We have had some really good atmospheres here over the last couple of months. There's plenty of experience in the squad, players who have played at the highest level. We've also got Heskey and Johnson, who have been really good influences on and off the pitch. So, it's important that their experience counts in these big games.
What do Neil and I do? So, for example, in the dressing room, is it a matter of do they contribute before the game as well as actually on the pitch?
Yeah, they will do. Yeah, we'll bring them into the chat if we need to. Certainly, Eder will voice his opinion, not vociferously, but just give little tidbits of advice. And Emil has been fantastic since he walked in the door, which is a pleasant surprise. I think he had a bit to prove when he came back here, and he's certainly doing that. There's plenty of football left in him, and his performance at the weekend was fantastic, and he's been a really big bonus for us.
Won the cup, of course, with Liverpool. So what sort of reception do you think he'll get?
I think he'll get a fantastic reception. I really do. I think Liverpool fans respect their old players, their ex-players, and I think he'll get a great reception when he walks out there.
And it's the old argument about the cup getting in the way of the league, but I mean the way your league form's going at the moment, it could be much better, couldn't it? No,
we don't see this as a distraction. We don't see this as getting in the way. We see this as a great opportunity to put Bolton back in the picture, as it were, to play against one of the best teams in the country. And these opportunities don't come around very often, so we have to make the most of it.
Just one defeat in 12 going into the game. You must go there in a really good moment, a really good mood for yourself.
Well, the form had dipped a little bit, so it was important to win at Sheffield Wednesday, which is no mean feat because they've been going very well. But the style of performance and the level of performance has put us in, the atmosphere's good. So we don't fear going to Liverpool, but we are very wary of the quality that they have. And like I said, having been there on Tuesday night, they come at you from all sorts of angles, and the pace and quality of the passing and the tempo that they play at, it's very difficult at times to contain. So they're really hitting a bit of form, which I felt they would do after the exertions of the Champions League. What Brendan's got now is week-to-week football, where he has a bit of time to work with the players, although this week he's had a midweek game. And it was very much like a Champions League game on Tuesday night, with the atmosphere and and the quality of opposition. So hopefully there's a little bit of come down from that and we can capitalise on that.
Do you get the sense that they may change their team around a little bit?
I would imagine they would with the semi-final, in the balance in the second leg. But I mean, whoever they bring in, whether it be Lallana or Lambert or Barini, there's quality there.
Just on Emile again, did you have any reservations about bringing him here in terms of he'd been out of the game for a couple of months, he wasn't sure whether he'd even want to continue playing football?
I had no reservations about his psychology, his personality. We just had reservations about what sort of condition he would be in. But we saw him for an hour in a reserve game and we just knew that he was absolutely fine. He was actually in better condition than what we thought. And he's getting better. He's getting better. He's leading the line brilliantly for us. Now, he knows and we know that Liverpool are a totally different animal to what we've played against in the Championship. But, I'm hoping that all the old instincts for him and Eider kick in and they smell it again, they smell the big time atmosphere and the being out there on the pitch against quality opposition again.
And being there yourself on Tuesday night and watching Steven Gerrard at close hand, all the flicks and the tricks were still there. Did it re-emphasise your surprise that he's leaving the Premier League at the end of the day? Yeah. People say his legs have gone. There's no evidence of that at all. I think he's Liverpool's leading goal scorer at the minute. I mean, I think there's been so much said about Steven that there's not much left for me to say about him. He's just been a, all-time modern great. He could play in any Liverpool team. I'm not saying something when you've considered the Liverpool teams over the past 30 or 40 years. I think he's got big shoulders because he's carried Liverpool for a long, long time. And whatever he decides to do, I think everyone wishes him well. I just think that a player of that standing should finish his career at the highest level. Just finally for me, what are your own personal memories of Anfield games there down the years?
Good, yeah, brilliant. Obviously the standout one is 2003 with Celtic. Winning that one 2-0, having drawn one each. Battle of Britain, all that type of stuff. People had written us off and we came down and played very, very well against a team that went on to win the Champions League 18 months later. And Leicester under Martin, we had a great record. Under Martin we never got beat. So yeah, I've got plenty of good memories there. So I'm hoping I can carry that little bit of luck with me on Saturday.
Anything's possible.
Anything's possible, yeah.
Can I just check transfer situation before we leave you? Jay Spearing, have you got an update on Jay?
No, there's nothing. I mean, there was interest from Watford, but at the minute we're down to the bare bones, so I need all my players here, so that's not going any further.
And talk of Chris Commons, is that deal still?
That's just talk. He's Celtic's player, and he played last night by all accounts, so whether we can get a deal done there, I would doubt very much at the minute.
There's some suggestion Keith Andrews could be on his way back again, is that just
no?
You're ruling that one out?
Yeah, nothing in that.
And Chung Lee, again talking maybe him. Again, is that the same argument? You just don't want anybody leaving at the moment?
Not really, no. We are short, and but there is interest, but we've had no confirmed bids from him yet.
Yeah, I was at home, and when the draw came out, just excited. Got about 20 texts straight away from friends, and some looking for tickets, some just congratulating. So yeah, it was good.